story later, but to finish off the house right now, moving in, moving in at age 6, I had no idea that this is like weird. I had no idea. Like, it was just, to me, this is the house that we visited on the weekends. And it was just like, I was so used to it. It was normal. And if anything, it was really kind of fun and exciting. Like, a brand new adventure was starting. And I now had all this property that I just got to visit. Now I had time to actually explore it. And that was awesome. I could not wait to do that. But also, there wasn't really much room for like my toys. It was really uncomfortable. And I mean, I do wish it had been different. And at the same time, like, we can't change the past. And I am who I am now because of this. So, in part to this, there's a lot of other aspects, but so yes, I grew up in a house that did not have a toilet inside of it, that did not have walls inside of it, that did not have a door to my room that I shared, and we did not have a lock on the front door. And we were just kind of like out in the country without any neighbors within view at all. You could not, you'd have to drive your car to get to a neighbor from where we are. My name is Jessie. I am an intern counselor working towards my LPC and currently working at a state hospital. And I care about building community. And part of building community is sharing stories, and part of making space for my clients involves ridding my brain of some of my own personal shit. Okay, so thanks for listening. Continue along for more stories I'm not supposed to be telling, because some people in my family might get really upset at me. But when things are part of our own story, it doesn't become, it's part of it's under my control too. I get to say the things that are true that occurred in my own life about me, things about me. There are so many details about this house, this barn. The more I think about it, the more I'm like, how could I possibly explain what this is like through just words? Like, I need to add some pictures in here because it's just, it's really hard to describe unless you see it and experience it. We had some railway ties. That we used as like stair steps to get to the front door. The front door is also old, antique, I don't know if it came with the barn or if my parents added it on. Either way, it was old, it matched. And it technically had a spot for a key, but it didn't lock. It never locked. My whole childhood that we lived in that house, the front door never locked. I also, as mentioned, we had curtains instead of doors on the inside, and we had curtains and quilts and stuff like that hung in as walls. So what I'm trying to say is the bedroom that I shared with my sister also didn't have a door. It didn't have a door. I laugh because, like, what else are you supposed to do? Like, when you're like, oh my God, this is like too much to explain. This is too much. I didn't have a door to to my bedroom. There's a beam also that you had to duck under. So, like, the process of getting to my room, is to go up the ladder. Oh, yeah, at some point my dad built like a loft in between the two lofts so that my parents didn't have to walk across the beam to get to their bedroom. Because that was a whole thing. Maybe I should just explain that. So when we first moved there, in order for my parents to get to their bedroom, they had to go up the ladder, under the beam, into my sister and I's bedroom, and then scooch over like 2 feet, 2.5 feet, something like that, and then duck back under the beam again, and cross over this board that they had placed. I don't know. It was probably like, I don't know the size of it, but it wasn't that big. It was no more than 2 feet wide, and it was long enough to go all the way across that whole expanse from my sister and I's bedroom to their bedroom loft, which they again had to duck once they crossed that beam, that board. They had to duck under the beam into their room. So, yeah. So in the middle of the night, you wake up, you need to pee. What do you do? What do you usually do when you wake up in the middle of the night and you have to pee?